Hi, my name is Sandeep Kumar Sani and I am working as assistant professor in Chandigarh Polytechnic College. Today our topic is memory organization. In last lecture we will discuss about pin diagram and architecture of 8085 microprocessor in which you can understand each pin, the function of each pin and the internal circuit of microprocessor. In today's lecture, we will discuss about different type of memories, just like RAM, ROM, EROM, double EPROM, their functions, how it work. After that, we will discuss different type of memory organization, just like input-output mapped input-output and memory mapped input-output. At last, we will discuss about the function of stack, their functions. First of all, I am sharing a PPT so you can easily understand a different type of organization and stack. Wait a moment, I am sharing a PPT. Our topic is memories and interfacing, input output interfacing. First is our memory organization. How the memory is connected with your microprocessor. Memory is connected with your address buses, data buses, and your control buses. As we already discussed that the address bus is unidirectional bus, data bus is bidirectional bus, and control bus is also unidirectional bus. In 8085 microprocessor, we have 16-bit address lines, 8-bit data lines, and control signals. Address bus are required to provide the address to your peripheral devices, memory, or input-output devices. Data bus is required to transfer data between microprocessor to peripheral devices or memories. As you can show in a figure, the microprocessor is connected with both memory and input-output devices. And this is your control signal. With the help of control signal, we can understand which type of operation is performed and particular time. And this is your types of memories. Basically, there are two types of memory, that is primary memory and secondary memory. Primary memory further divided in two parts, that is ROM and RAM. ROM is your read-only memory, RAM is your random access memory. ROM is further divided in three parts, that is PROM, EPROM, and double EPROM. PROM means that the programmable read-only memory. EPROM is erasable programmable read-only memory. After that, double EPROM, that is electrical erasable programmable read-only memory. In final exam, sometimes there are in one mass, the full form of PROM, double EPROM, or EPROM are terms in one mass questions. After that, RAM. There are two types of RAM, such as static RAM or dynamic RAM. And secondary memory. Secondary memory is your hard disk or floppy disk, DVD, which device you are attached to your microprocessor. That is your secondary memory. First of all, we discuss about your static and dynamic RAM. Let's start in first. The dynamic RAM is formed, and dynamic RAM is formed with the help of capacitors, and static RAM is formed with the help of your transistors. So the capacity of storing data of static RAM is much more than dynamic RAM. Dynamic RAM required a signal after particular time to store the data, and static RAM does not require any signal to store a data. If first, when clock is applied to static RAM, the data is stored. Until the other clock is not given to static RAM, the data is stored on particular positions. But in the case of dynamic RAM, we have to apply a signal again and again to your RAM, so capacitors get charged and data get stored on dynamic RAMs. It is used in cache memories and it is used in main memories. Static RAM is much more faster than dynamic RAM, and dynamic RAM is slower than static RAMs. Static RAM is complex because the large number of transistors are used in static RAM, so the circuit is bulky. But dynamic RAM is simple and easily to understand. Static RAM formed by transistors and dynamic RAM formed by with the help of capacitors. Next is different type of ROMs. We have four type of ROM. First is ROM, then is PROM, after that EPROM, then double EPROM. ROM is read-only memory. After that PROM, one time, this is programmable read-only memory. It can programmed one time. After that EPROM, that is full form of EPROM is electrical erasable programmable read-only memory. EPROM can erase the data with the help of UV lights, but it requires large number of time, approximately 7 or 8 hours to erase a data. The problem of EPROM is removed by double EPROM. The full form of double EPROM is electrical erasable programmable read-only memory. With the help of electrical erasable programmable read-only memory, the data can easily erased and it required less time, as much less time to erase the data. Next is memory mapping. What is memory mapping? Memory mapping means that the microprocessor have how much address which can provide by your peripheral devices or your memories. Suppose, for example, the microprocessor 8085 has 16-bit address lines. So 2 raised power 16, that means it's 5535 location microprocessor have. Or we can say that 64 KB locations at which the microprocessor provide the address to your memory or your peripheral devices. So next is, after that in memory mapping we will discuss how the microprocessor provide the address to your peripheral devices or your memory. There are two types of way the microprocessor can provide the address to your peripheral devices. First is memory mapped input output and second is input output mapped input output. In memory mapped input output, and the number of address lines, suppose this is your 64K address, the input output devices address and memory address are fixed. So microprocessor can easily take the address of input output devices or memory. That means that the address of memory and input output device are term on same locations, term on same field, or we can say that the unique ID is provided by memory, ID provided to memory or input output devices. Both address are always separate. The main disadvantage of memory mapping input output is that number of address lines is reduced, number of memories is reduced because it required a fixed locations of input output device addresses. So the number of address provided by microprocessor is reduced. Next is input output mapped input output. That means that in this, the problem is that the microprocessor have a problem that the number of address of memory is reduced, but this problem is removed in input output mapped input output. In this, memory and input output address are separate. One signal are formed here. So this is your clock signal. If the value of, this is, as we already discussed, the value, the pin that is input output / memory bar. That means that if the value of this pin is 1, that means the address have microprocessor in address line, that is input output address. If the value of this pin is 0, that means that particular address is given to your memory. With the help of this pin, we can understand that at particular time which same address are provided to memory location or input output devices. With the help of input output bar, input output / memory bar, we can separate the address. This is a basic diagram of a memory mapped input output or input output mapped input output. As you show that the memory mapped input output, this is fixed. So that particular area is input output mapped input. This particular area is for input output devices, and this area for memory for addresses. In input output mapped input output, the memory and input output devices address are given separately, but same address can provided to memory or input output devices. So the number of addresses are doubled. So microprocessor can provide double address to your input output devices or your memories. This is a basic difference between input output device or memory mapped input output devices. Input output mapped input output devices are treated as input output, or in memory mapped input output, both devices are treated as input, output, and memories. In input output mapped input output, the control signal is used as input output read, input output write. In memory mapped input output, the control signal is memory MEM R bar and MEM W bar. In input output mapped input output, there is 256 input output devices which we can connected. But in the memory mapped input output, we can connect 64K memory locations of or input output devices. The whole address space are available. In this, there is less address space are available. Or it required instruction like input output, or it required instruction like as LDA, STA, move, add M, etc. This is a basic difference between input output mapped input output or memory mapped input output. Next is STAD. STAD is last term first out device which is used in basic programs. If the program is running at the center of in between the program, there is, if interrupt is comes, then at that particular address and the location, particular result of in a program on particular address, which can push to STAD and start interrupt program. After completing an interrupt, microprocessor take the result and address from STAD with the help of push pop instruction. So so the overall time of the program is reduced. This is last term first out device. That means the data is term at the last, that comes at first, as shown in figure. This is your references. If anybody have any doubt regarding any topic, then you can call me, WhatsApp me, or mail me according to your convenience. Thank you.